Hi everyone, I'm Jeremy, one of the learning designers with LDTI, and today I'm going to take you through adding video and audio feedback on student assignment submissions in Canvas. So let's jump in. Firstly, my contact details are listed here, so please don't hesitate to reach out if you need any help. So Canvas has a really simple recording interface that makes it super easy to add video and audio comments for students. But firstly, some reasons why we would want to do this. Academics are really busy people, so it saves time. After a little bit of practice, most academics find this a quicker process than writing feedback. Our students love it. They find it more engaging. They think it's more personal and more supportive. They've also commented that they think it can be clearer than written feedback, and it conveys tone and empathy really nicely, especially if we're giving a student a message about an assignment where they haven't done so well. And the feedback can easily be replayed by students, which is fantastic. So before we jump into a quick demonstration, the first time you use this functionality in Canvas, you may see this pop up in your browser. That's just Canvas asking you for access to your camera and your microphone. Click allow on that and you're good to go. And then you should see the image on the right-hand side pop up when we select it in Canvas. Okay, so I'm going to jump over into Canvas and we'll get started. Okay, so we're now in Canvas. I'm just going to jump into my sandbox and I'll jump into assignments, the course navigation, and I've got an assessment here set up ready to go. So I'll just jump in there. So standard sort of setup here. We've got some details about the assignment, task description, and a rubric, which is great. And you can see that we've got one submission here that I've doctored up for this little demonstration. So let's jump into SpeedGrader. So the workflow here is that you would read the student submission, you would annotate, you would fill out your rubric, and just like you would if you were writing a comment, and then you would record your comment straight after doing that process. So I've got a couple of pre-formatted ones here. You can see this is a video comment because you can see a small image attached to it, and this is an audio comment. So I'm just going to play those briefly so you can see what they look like and how they render in Canvas. Hi student A, thanks very much for submitting your first assessment of semester 1 on information systems. Great assessment, a pleasure. Okay, so that's the video comment, and the audio just looks slightly different. Hi student A, thanks very much for submitting your first assessment task for, I think you get the idea. So how do we do this? Really simple. It's this icon at the bottom here. Looks like a little play button. And it will pop up and look like this in Canvas for you. So you can see here that I have this blue level that's moving. That's suggesting that my camera is on, which is fantastic. If that doesn't show up, the little workaround for that is to go to your webcam, turn off your video, and then turn your webcam back on. And that should fix any audio issues. You can select microphone on the left-hand side here as well. You can see I've got my MacBook audio sorted. And then it's as simple as starting the recording and saying what you want to say. So let's have a go. Hi student A, thanks very much for your submission of your first assessment, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to hit finish. Scroll down and you can hit save media or start over. I'm just going to hit save. And it inserts that video comment straight into Canvas. They take a little bit of time to render, but once that's done, the student can watch it. So for audio, it's the same process, except all we do is we just turn off our video camera. So I'll show you that one. So all I've got to do here is go no video, hit start recording. I'll get my little countdown again. And I record. Hi student A, thanks very much for your submission, etc., etc. Hit finish, save media, and it will insert for us. You can see there's my audio and this one that hasn't rendered just yet, but that's my video. All right, I'm going to jump back into my presentation. Okay, so we're back in the presentation, and one of the things that you could use is a bit of a structure for giving feedback. There's been some really interesting research out of Monash University over an 8-year period by Henderson and Phillips, and they came up with this structure that works really well for providing feedback for students. The first part is a greeting or a salutation. Really important to say, in my case, it was student A. Hi, student A, thanks very much for your submission. We really wanted to create that personal contact. Second part, a relational statement. This is anything that you know about the student. It could be something as simple as how they did in their first assessment, how they've been going in tutorials, whether they've been engaging in discussions online, or even something that you know about them personally, about their football team or something that happened on the weekend. So we really want to create that a nice relationship. Number 3 is we want to clearly state the goal of the recording. And that could be something as simple as, this is the goal of this recording is not to talk about everything in your assessment, but I want to highlight some areas for improvement, something like that. Number 4, a bit of an evaluative summary where we give a bit of an overview of what we think of the assessment. If it was a written submission, you might want to highlight any textual issues, but obviously we have lots of different types of submissions in Canvas. And then number 6 is where we really get into the substance, where we talk about things that they did really well in the assessment and some areas for improvement, and we talk in a little bit more depth. And number 7, the last section, is we quite simply say, thank you for the submission, and if you would like to discuss it at further length, please reach out and make a time. So some really nice research out of Monash, which has been proven to be very, very positive in this space. Some best practice tips. We suggest try to not make this any more than 4 to 5 minutes long. Students might tune out after that time. Don't worry about ums and ahs, and don't feel like there's a need to record this and then do some post-production on this. That's not what we're after. Record it immediately after viewing and annotating and completing your rubric. If you'd like to make some brief notes, if you think that's going to help, by all means do so. Only re-record if you make a really big mistake. And like I said, no post-production needed. We're not creating a big film here. Some academics have asked, what if I have a really large cohort? So there's an option to record a more generic video that outlines the overall strengths and areas for improvement. And then we can upload that to Panopto and stick that into an announcement in the Canvas course as a more overarching piece of feedback that can be used by all students. Got some references here, and just wanted to highlight lots of resources that's on our LDTI website. We have over 150 resources, things like video and audio feedback, pair and share. There's so much stuff on there, so check it out. And a shout out to our learning technology support team. Those guys do fantastic work. Lots of academics. Reach out to those guys. If you need help, please reach out. Thanks very much. I hope that's been really helpful, and we'll talk soon.